you ready? I don't want you to stop clapping till you see him hit the stage. Can we start clapping now? Let's go. Please give on up to the legend, the wonderful Christopher Lloyd! Another round of applause. Look at our panel. Woo! It is an absolute honor to sit next to you both. Thank you so much for sitting with me and talking with me today, and for these guys as well. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, welcome to my living room. We need to zhuzh up the place. I'm so sorry, the carpet. But I wanted to ask you.
We're the zhuzh.
You're the zhuzh.
Yeah.
The sparkle and the, yeah, guys. Give up for the zhuzh. Now, I know that over the years, for the last 4 decades, people tell you their stories. They tell you how much you've given them, how you inspired them. But how have you been inspired by them as people?
Yeah, I think I got it. Never know. I guess one of the most astonishing and moving reactions by people who have seen Back to the Future. How many people have come up and said, "You made my childhood"? And I think, on the one hand, what kind of childhoods do they have? and on the other, it's like the feeling of having given them some kind of a reality that was better than the reality they were living in, whatever their circumstances were. And no other film I've done has had that kind of response, where people are grateful that they had the opportunity to see the film, and it filled some kind of gap in their lives, some kind of neglect, whatever, so it means a lot to, it's fun to do films and provide entertainment, but in cases like these, the feeling of having brought something that helped them get through their difficult times means a lot.
Thank you, Christopher.
I've gotten the exact same thing. I've gotten letters. One was a 23-page letter from someone who told me that he was suicidal and just had a really horrible family life and watched Back to the Future every single night. And we were his family. We were the people that he was able to stay alive and endure what he was going through to keep him together. And I've heard that many, many times. I met a woman who was a rocket scientist because of you. I met a boy in Australia who has a disease where his bones are soft, and he spent 2 weeks writing me a letter and came to the show I was at in a wheelchair and read me the letter, and his brother was crying and his father was crying, and then he stood up and walked to give me a hug, and that was highly, highly unusual. There's a woman today named Harriet who spent a month painting a beautiful painting of Jennifer Parker, and she gave it to me. And she spent a month doing different layers. It's at my table. And I've gotten other paintings from people. Everyone always asks me what my favorite part of doing Back to the Future was, and my answer unanimously is these experiences and meeting people and sharing that joy. So I'm always eternally grateful to all of you.
Thank you, Claudia. answer. Is it true that when you first got the script for Back to the Future that you discarded it, that you were like, what is this? What made you change your mind?
I was doing a little independent film in Mexico City, and I had decided, I had moved from New York, where I did a lot of theater work, and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was my It was my first film, and as a result, I got an invitation from an agent in Beverly Hills and invited me to come out and meet him. And subsequently I did, and he became my agent, and still is. And, but before that, around that time, I decided, you know, I had momentum as an actor in New York doing theater work. And I felt I wasn't doing a lot. And when I went to Hollywood, and I felt I gotta go back to New York. That's where my roots were, and the momentum I had going for me as an actor in New York in the theater, that's gonna peter out, and then where will I be? So I made up my mind, I'm going back to New York. And then here comes in the mail from my agent a script called Back to the Future. And I barely looked at it. I barely, you know, because I made my mind, I'm going back to New York. And I, you know, took her over to the desk, there was a waste paper basket, and I dumped it. And a friend who was with me at the time kind of got on my case and said, in New York, you never did that. If there was any like glimmer of hope that there was something in some script that was sent to me, I would look at it, study it, and show up to audition or read or to be interviewed. So I thought about that. I thought, well, you know, she's right. So I went over the waste paper basket and I retrieved the script and I read it. I didn't quite make sense of it, but I called my agent. I went back to LA and I had a meeting with Bob Zemeckis. And that was that. I just was convinced I better do this. So I did.
Thank you. We're very happy with it. And Claudia, at that time, you'd already done a lot of television, but you had to audition, your first audition, it was in front of 14 people, is that correct? And very important people at that. Even though you had done television and things, were you nervous to audition in front of Steven Spielberg and all of those folks, 14 people in the room?
I never counted how many people. Wow. Okay, so it was Steven Spielberg, the cameraman that he kicked out because he said, I can't be with a camera and not be behind it. Fenton Feinberg, the casting directors, Judy Taylor, their assistant, Bob Zemeckis, Bob Gale, Neil Canton, Frank Marshall, Kathleen Kennedy. How many is that?
We've got 9. We're the last 5.
All I know is I shook hands with each and every one of them, like I was brought up to do. And I'm a strange gal. I loved auditions. And I had screen tested for Gremlins, Goonies, and Young Sherlock Holmes, which were all, I think, Steven Spielberg films, and many Fenton Feinberg films. So I always felt like I had people in my corner. I had one audition for Back to the Future. I read with a guy on his 11th callback for Marty. We did this scene where Lorraine and Marty are in the car and Lorraine is drinking and smoking. And I was in there for about 2.5 hours. Steven talked to me the entire time. He asked tons of personal questions. I don't think he ever spoke to the guy. It was just like the only people in the room were me and Steven. And every time he asked me a question, I said, I will answer that, but you cannot tell my mother. And he promised, like, do you have a boyfriend? Do you smoke? And then actually, okay, so I did smoke. And he said, do you have cigarettes with you? You can't tell my mother. I did have cigarettes with me. And so he said, I want you to smoke in the scene like your character does and blow it all into his face. And I later found out that Steven had one of the only non-smoking offices. At the time, this was 1984. And I'm probably the only girl that, or man, or anyone that ever smoked in his office. But don't tell my mother.
I'll leave this room.
It doesn't.
Not this room.
However, well, my mom smoked when she was in the hospital in cancer, so I think I did better than that.
You're good.
I digress. So that was my only audition. I got the part. And then you'll probably ask about that part. Should I tell that now? All right, so what happened was, and this story has changed so many times, and I think even in Michael's book it's a little bit cockeyed, but it's okay. I do remember it. But he does say lovely things about everyone in his beautiful book. So I got the part, and Eric Stoltz was cast as Marty, and we did these beautiful boyfriend-girlfriend pictures to go in Marty's wallet. And then a pilot that the network said they were not going to pick up, that I did, called Off the Rack with Ed Asner and Eileen Brennan, got picked up for a mid-season replacement for ABC. ABC would not share me with Steven Spielberg, and it was a 3-camera show in front of a live audience at the same time that Jennifer Parker was filming. So that was my first contract. Therefore, I had to back out of being Jennifer in Back to the Future. And they recast my role with my stiffest competitor. For years, we were friendly competitors. And I did my show, and they recast Eric to be Michael J. Fox, which I think was their first choice anyway. And people on set thought Melora was too tall to play opposite Michael, and I was available, and I'm short. So I got my part back, and I got to be Jennifer.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You mentioned Eric. Christopher, when you were working on the role of Doc and building that character, what was it like then to, you're changing pace, I guess, with another actor. Michael J. Fox comes in. Was it hard or easy to build up the character of Doc Brown with somebody else, I guess, playing off the chemistry?
Well, Eric is a good actor, and that's who they cast, and so he was Michael, right? Marty. I'm losing cells.
No, you're not.
And so and we worked together. I mean, he was, a serious actor, diligent, and we worked together. And I just felt okay, it just, and 6 weeks went by with Eric Stoltz and myself doing a lot of scenes, and I was kind of really worried about hitting my marks, finding Doc and making him work, And then one night we were shooting in the mall scene at the beginning of the film, and we'd have our dinner about 1 a.m. It was all night shoot. And one night, we had our dinner at 1 a.m. It was all lit and everything. So, and then an announcement was made. I forget who made the announcement that everybody to gather at a certain trailer after, because an announcement was to be made. And that, I did that along with everybody else, and the announcement was that when we came to work tomorrow morning, Eric Stoltz was going to be replaced by Michael J. Fox. And that was like a stunner. I had no idea about that. I don't think anybody else did. And so that was a big surprise. And I was really worried about it because I thought, how am I 6 weeks of work? How am I going to make it work again? You know, I was really worried about, self, kind of thing. Anyway, the next day, Michael came over set, and everything was so fluid. It just took on a different dimension. And one of the concerns they had is that Eric Stoltz is kind of a dramatic actor. He's kind of a serious actor. And they needed for Marty to have a certain comic flair, which Michael has automatically. He's just got that enthusiasm and excitement and sense of comedy, of humor, and everything came alive. And history was made.
Thank you, Christopher. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Just in addition to what Chris was saying, Michael is funny and positive and kind and brilliant and serious, all blended together in one, and it's effortless. He's such a pleasure to work with and such a kind, intriguing guy, and so smart mixed in with all of it. And it's just so natural. It's just who he is. So.
No?
I studied acting with Eric Stoltz actually when he first came to LA to be an actor with Stella Adler in her master class, one of her final ones she taught. And he had long stringy hair and he had just moved there from Santa Barbara. So there's just so many synchronicities.
You're from Santa Barbara?
Santa Barbara. Oh yeah, you're in Santa Barbara.
No, I live there. I never saw him.
Thanks, you guys. Maybe.
Until, that's interesting.
Well, it was when I was in the 10th grade, I think. So I was 15, so it was like at least 4 years ago. Not that. No, I'm 59.
That's a stretch.
I'm going to be 60 on July 5th. You look amazing.
Yes. And I love the get-up as well. Yes. Look at the shoes.
Jennifer Parker, 2.5.
Love it. Digging the colours. We are going to go to some fan questions. We will not be able to answer all of them. There is a mic here and here at the two ends. Before we go to the fans, I have one last question for you both. If you could put a message in a message in a time capsule for someone to open up in 100 years' time, what message would you put in a time capsule?
How's that again?
If you could put a message in a time capsule that someone's going to open in 100 years, what would you write?
I need a translator wherever I go. It's the accent. What message would you put in a time capsule?
Well, okay, I'm going to stray a little bit. I have a lot of people that come up to me, young actors, and ask me, what should they do to become actors? And I had very, very, very little confidence that I was ever going to get anywhere when I first came to New York, you know, at 18, 19 or whatever it was. And I just did anything that came my way. And some of them were pretty scrappy. I remember doing a production of Hamlet that we rehearsed 1 o'clock in the morning because it was the only time of day that all the actors could be there because most of them had jobs, right? I strayed again. But anyway, so I try to tell people when they come up, however you can get in front of an audience of any kind, whatever the circumstances are, do it and keep doing it. So I guess I put that message in a bottle. Keep getting up and doing what you want to do until finally it sticks.
Thank you, Christopher.
I love that. Keep getting up no matter what. No matter how far you fall down, as long as you keep getting up, you win. I love that. So I agree with him, and I also would want everyone in the whole wide world to know God loves you no matter what. And even if you don't believe in him, he still believes in you. And he still loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't change his mind. He created you, he loves you, he protects you, he honors you. And if you could just realize that and know that there's a sense of peace that comes and protection that comes and quiet happiness. And so I would say that.
Thank you both. Thank you. Can we have a round of applause for the first part of the panel, please? Can I stray for a second? Please stray away.
Okay, so I'm a 4th generation San Franciscan, and we're in San Francisco. So can I tell you some San Francisco stories? Okay, so my great-great-grandfather came here in 1851, and I'll just tell you a couple quick stories. So one is funny that I recently found out. My great-great-grandfather thought that the ships were going to be docking in San Francisco where Candlestick Park is and where the marina is, so he bought all that land. And then when the ships started docking in Oakland, he realized that he had made a mistake. So he sold it all. So that's one story. Another story is my grandfather had a jeans company called Can't Bust 'Em Jeans. His friendly competitor was Mr. Levi Strauss, and they both lived with their families in Berkeley, and cousins married cousins of each side of each family. So Can't Bust 'Em Jeans and Levi Strauss were the last two jeans that the Army was choosing for World War II. They chose Levi Strauss because they liked the rivets. So Can't Bust 'Em Jeans, which is known to have a rooster on it, you can find it actually in vintage things and online, kind of faded away a little bit. And my grandfather's first cousin called him and said, "Paul, would you be interested in being my partner for a jeans company?" And he said, "I don't believe in family being partners." So he said, "I'll work for you and sell your jeans for a year and then give me a bonus," which he did, and he put him on the map. And guess what that jeans company is? And he did not get the bonus, by the way.
What was it?
Lee Jeans. Okay, so then there's that story. And then he bought Can't Bust 'Em Jeans. All right, so my father was head of epidemiology for UC Berkeley, and about who cares? Go Bears! Oh, gosh, you know more than I do. Sorry. Go Bears. Cal Bears. So he started the joint medical program between UC Berkeley and UCSF about 60 or 70 years ago. And I went to 150 Parker Nursery School, and my sister's name is Jennifer, so that's pretty cool. All right, I won't bore you with more, but I could.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you. I love how excited you were. You're like, here we go. Like, I love the energy. Thank you, Claudia. Okay, we don't have a lot of time left for fan questions. We will try our best to get through them. The rule is, can we keep it to one short question so we can get through everybody, right? Thank you, thanks. Okay, my friend, what's your name? What's your question?
Hi, my name's Andrew. As you can tell by the way I'm dressed, I'm a big fan of Star Trek.
Yes. Okay.
Christopher, do you have any memories about working on Star Trek 3?
He's over there behind this camera there. So, Christopher?
Oh, you were in Star Trek?
Yes, you're in Star Trek 3. Do you have any memories from working on Star Trek 3?
Memories of Star Trek 3.
Yeah, well,
Mike.
The mic.
oh, and one thing that I love makeup and costume stuff. And Star Trek 3, I used to have to come to Paramount, I think it was Paramount, at 4 o'clock in the morning, because it took about 3 hours to put on all the makeup. And then get that bone structure, all that stuff. And then after that, put on this incredible costume. I mean, wide shoulder, super stunned, with a kind of feeling about it. So I love doing that, and I was amazed that I was doing this, getting a part like that. But I loved it.
Thank you. Question answered. Let's go.
Thank you. I love Star Trek. Thank you so much, Christopher. Hello, friend. What's your name?
I'm Gideon. Question for Dr. Emmett Brown. In part 3, we saw you fly away in a time train. Where and when do you think you went? And were you hoping it would lead to a 4th installment?
So, when you flew away on the train at the end of Back to the Future 3, when and where did you think the Doc went next?
Where did Doc Brown go when he left on the train at the end of the trilogy? And when?
Oh, yeah.
When?
I'll have to ask him.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Antonio. This is actually an outfit question.
Oh, sorry. What's your name?
Antonio, but call me Trey. It's much easier.
Okay.
All the outfits from Doc Brown, which one was the best? The original radiation suit, 2015, or 1885 blacksmith?
What was your favorite outfit Doc wore?
I wasn't that aware that he changed.
The radiation suit or cowboy?
Well, yeah, I kind of like the cowboy. Yeah. Back to the Future 3 is my favorite of the 3. And in large part because of Western. And Westerns were always fun. Horseback riding, I love doing that. And I had a scene where I'm on a horse galloping. I'd done some riding, so I felt, safe doing it. And I'm chasing a train, and eventually I catch up with it. And I reach up and pull myself onto the train off the back of the horse. Except that a stuntman did that. But I did race and get up to the train, and I would go along there, the train's going along, and I knew I could do it. I mean, the handle was right there. But if it didn't work out well, it would be a mess.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We're over this way now. What's your name, my friend?
Hello, my name is Jack Hansen. This is a question for Christopher Lloyd. I was wondering, I'm an aspiring filmmaker, and I was wondering, what is your advice for any aspiring filmmaker or actor wanting to get into the industry in Hollywood or in any other film industry?
Advice for aspiring filmmakers or actors?
Do, like I said before, everything that comes up, no matter how, whatever circumstance, whatever, and just keep getting up there over and over again. No matter how unglamorous it is, how badly written it is, how much you don't feel right for the part, just keep doing it until it sticks.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, friend. Thank you very much.
And if I have to say that again,
We're over here now. Hello, friend. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Odin. Simple question for both of you. Do you have a favorite design of the DeLorean from the 3 movies?
Do you have a favorite DeLorean?
I'm not that aware of how it
Let's go
all,
with the first one.
yeah, they all look the same to me.
Thank you.
I'm pretty comfortable with the first one personally. And that's my favorite movie too.
Thank you.
Thank you, friend. Thank you. We're over here now on the right-hand side. Hello, my love. What's your name?
My name is Rex, R-E-X. I have a question for each of them. If you had the chance, would you return to your guys' best movies, which is Santa Buddies and Alien Armageddon, respectively?
What was that?
Would you, sorry, could you simplify, come up to the mic closer and please simplify the question. Thank you.
Okay, so I have for Christopher Lloyd, my question is, if you have a chance, would you do a sequel to your greatest movie, Santa Buddies? And for Claudia, my question is, if you have a chance, would you do a sequel to Alien Armageddon?
Oh!
No. Would you do a sequel to what was
Santa Buddies.
Santa Buddies.
Santa Buddies?
Santa Buddies.
Santa Buddies.
Like
Santa Bunnies?
buddies. Yeah.
Would you do a sequel to Santa Buddies?
I can't do something I don't understand.
Me too. Perfect.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Also, hats off to BSL translator.
Yes, thank you. Give a round of applause for the translate. Thank you. They're so good. All right, thanks. We're over here now. Can we have your name? Oh, hello again.
Hi there, my name is Rowan Timmerman. I'm just beyond starstruck to finally meet you guys. I'm a huge fan of the Back to the Future trilogy. I love both of your guys' acting. You guys were super awesome. So my one question for both of you, if you were given the chance to do a time travel project, like it could be a film or it could be an animated film, would you take the chance to voice or act in anything like that? Like any time travel thing? It doesn't have to be Back to the Future, but just any sci-fi time travel thing?
So would you do another sci-fi or time travel thing?
I that's possible. I mean, it would be a different script, it might be a different concept of time travel, but I'm game.
Me too.
I love that guy, right?
I love it.
I of course, would be a different character. It wouldn't be Doc.
I'll be Doc. I'm joking.
That's fair.
There could never be another Doc. You're Doc.
Yeah.
Okay, this is now the last question. We've run out of time. I'm sorry to the left-hand side here. You're the last question. Make it nice and short and sharp. What's your name, my friend?
My name is Paul, and hi, Christopher and Claudia. Have you had a chance to see the Broadway production of Back to the Future? And if so, what did you think of seeing the story performed on stage?
Yes, I have seen it. I had the luck to go to somewhere in England where they first began rehearsing, and to see it at that point. And then I saw it again in London, and finally on Broadway. And I think it's a wonderful production. You know, I remember one thing I thought they're just going to make a musical. Give me a break. You know? And I thought, how are they going to bring? Because the DeLorean is a character in itself. How are they going to work that on a stage? And they do it. They have, you know, come up with all kinds of ideas and executed them, and it's great. And the cast, the music, a lot of music from the film, it's wonderful. I fully recommend, if you got an opportunity to see it, go see it. You'll enjoy it. It's good.
Thank you very much. Claudia? I am so glad that you asked that question, and it's a beautiful final question. Thank you, Paul. I agree with every single word that Chris said. I saw it actually with Chris and a couple other cast members in London. I've seen it now 6 times. I saw it on Broadway. I saw it at the opening at the Pantages Theater in LA. I saw it again at the Pantages. I saw it twice more in London. And in 2 weeks, I'm going to be seeing it in Tokyo in Japanese. And it's so popular there, it's literally sold out till spring. In May, it'll be in Sacramento, and I think every single one of you has to go. It's in San Jose right now? Oh, you all have to go. No, for real. It's literally, to me, as great as the movie. And that, I know, says a lot. And it's a slightly different storyline. It'll make sense when you see it. But it's every bit as entertaining. And the characters are so good. Jennifer has a very big part. It's so wonderful. And the music is great, and you're entertained the whole time. If you haven't seen it, run, don't walk. It's really great.
That was a good last question. Thank you very much for sharing. And good fan questions. Thank you. Christopher, Claudia, it has been an absolute honor and a pleasure to be sitting with you. I'm sure I speak for everybody here. You are absolutely part of my childhood, and I loved you guys so much. So thank you for spending time with us this weekend. Guys, give on up for Christopher and Claudia.
Thank you guys.
You want to be in the selfie?